towards to the north of the UK, and in between we get the high pressure across northern UK, low pressure further south, a very stable pattern that's likely to stay with us for a long time, and that means the risk of further showers, particularly in the south.
I'm Rita Ray, I'm a DJ, I'm a music obsessive, I'm a Londoner, and I'm an African. This is where I really feel at home. And I'm constantly amazed that we think we know nothing of the sounds that come from here. It's the wellspring of the blues, of jazz, of rock and roll. They don't call Africa the motherland for nothing.
Africa, a journey into music. Starts Friday at 10 on BBC 4.
This is BBC News. I'm Lukwesa Burak. The headlines at 10. A major clean-up operation is taking place in the West Midlands after heavy rain and flash flooding.
To see my neighbours going through this again, it's awful. Everything out on the streets, and many of them have only just moved back in from the flood 2 years ago. I don't know how they're going to cope.
A man in his 80s died after his car was submerged by floodwater in Walsall, and another driver was rescued earlier from his car on the same stretch of road by this man.
He couldn't get out, so I opened the door, told him to take a breath and dragged him out.
A new interim Prime Minister for Italy as the country tries to pull itself out of its deep political crisis. Fresh protests in Northern Ireland to relax the country's strict abortion laws as Labour increases the pressure on Theresa May. And in the next hour, the man from Mali who's become a national hero in France. The migrant is to be made a French citizen after scaling a building in Paris with his bare hands to rescue a dangling child.
I asked him, wasn't he frightened for his own life? He said no. At that moment, he wasn't thinking of himself. He was thinking of the child.
And in sport, Liverpool have signed the Brazilian midfielder Fabinho from the French side Monaco in a deal worth nearly £40 million. Good evening and welcome to BBC News. A man in his 80s has died after his car was submerged by flash floods in Walsall in the West Midlands. It happened as more